Hello, everybody. Welcome along to your Rabble Live at 5, brought to you in association with Sol Tire Trading. Contact to the team now. They are professionals, experts in bankrupt stock, even anything you're looking for. Give the guys a wee message, and if they can get it for you, they absolutely will. So, massive thank you to Sol Tire Trading for helping to sponsor this episode of the Rangers Rabble Podcast, and you can contact them now by simply emailing sales@soltiretrading.co.uk. Sales@soltiretrading.co.uk. So yes, this is your Rabble Live at 5. This is your latest Rangers news. I'm Martin. I'm your host, and my co-host today is. It's really difficult to find somebody who you're better looking than, but finally I've done that. So Kenny, how are you?
Oh, you talking to me? Listen, I'm doing great, mate. I'm just wondering, see, because you've got the word Rangers above your podcast, does that mean you're linked to a move out or a move in?
Probably. Yeah. Who's willing to buy me, though, Kenny? Who's willing to buy me?
Oh, see, you didn't for money. You're just wanting the bidding war to start in this comments, aren't you?
That's it. Whoever, if anybody out there wants to buy the Rangers Rabble, it is available now on the New York Stock Exchange. I think the shares are about half a pence.
That wasn't the deal. You said it was you that were buying.
Well, I come with the podcast, so if you buy the podcast, that means I need to come and live in your house.
God help you.
So, can I want a shout out for the Bears in Portugal, Johnny, Gary, and Bambi. I'm not jealous at all that Johnny, Gary, and Bambi are out in Portugal. So there's a shout out for you guys. Not jealous at all. Enjoy your. I don't know if they live there or they're on holiday. Tim, you've not really gave me any sort of information there. But yeah, anyway, Kenny, you've just mentioned it there, mate. What's going on at Rangers now?
I swear to good God, man. And new Fenerbahce's come out and said, he's talking about it. And I put in the page, I said, this is too coincidental, man. That it's like Nugasama, then it's Chermiti, and it's all these enormous figures. And I'm going, this sounds like some people trying to upset a maybe forward-running juggernaut of a Rangers team that's maybe going for a title. Might be wrong. The stranger things have happened in the press. For Fenerbahce now to come out and distance himself it is a cracker. So, I mean, listen, I'm no illusion that the one's going out is going out. Fine. Rothwell, Dowell and all that, right? And the sweat I got when I heard that Matondo might be leaving, that was like, whoa, don't be teasing me. But this carry on about 23 million for those two at this specific time in a January transfer window when he's not really showed anything yet that he's good enough to do whatever. Monaco's not come out and said anything else yet, but Fenerbahce certainly has. So I have no idea. Everybody were getting linked me. Everybody's leaving. That's why I was asking you if you were getting bought or what was happening with you.
Aye, listen, I'm always in the transfer market, right? It's no biggie for me. Just in terms of Chermiti, though, Kenny, I thought it was a strange one as well. Just out of nowhere, a loan, an obligation or whatever it was, and then 13 million was a rumoured number. And I asked it on the show this morning on the morning phone-in. What's he done? I know he scored 2 goals against Celtic and he scored a goal at Tynecastle, right? Great, fantastic, and I hope he keeps doing it. But since that Celtic game, Kenny, yes, his all-round game's improving all the time. His hold-up play's improving, his passing's improving, his running with the ball's improving. I get all that. He's not scoring, though. And no. I don't understand where this... And I get Fenerbahce will come out and try and defend themselves, whatever. But it just seemed a bit suspicious to me that all of a sudden a team wants to spend £13 million on a striker who's not scoring goals.
Mm-hmm. Everybody, pick a player now. So this, however, if I've got a team and I've got a guy who can score a goal in a half turn, who've got a penalty box striker, I've got a wee nippy wee sweetie, but I haven't got the boy that can hold the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's, the Scottish League, as we've all spoke about, is a complete anomaly. So we can't be hypocritical and say, aye, but when they come into Scottish League, it's a totally different demographic. They need to take time to settle in, etc. European football would suit Chermiti because it'd be slower. So for him to hold the ball and muscle a couple of players off and make sure that the other team's coming in their droves to attack, it will be invaluable for people. He has put himself in the shop window. He's shown that he can actually hold off 2 and 3 defenders at one go, which is invaluable to teams that already have the striker and the wingers and the defenders and the creative midfielders, but they just haven't got that bully who can hold and let the team come through. So I think that's possibly more tactical than anything else. I'm not sure they're looking for 100 goals at him. They're maybe looking for 8 a season, and they've already got their striker that piles them in. I'm more of a, now don't get me wrong, Haley scored a barrel load, but do you know what I mean? That S, I'll just hold it up. So I do think the boys got something. I mean, the shop window, I coach the young boys, and we've got a boy there that when the ball goes to him, it just sticks to him like glue. Does he score loads? No, but does he play other folk in? Aye, and he's probably just as valuable as a guy that's scoring, because he's the one that's upsetting the apple cart on the opposition team. It's the only thing I can think about is why that's so large. But again, Fenerbahce's knocked in his head, so I don't know what to believe now.
What would you do, Kenny, in this situation with that kind of, if that bid came in for Chermiti and you were a director of football or whatever, would you be looking at it and going, no, I think he's too valuable to us, or actually, do you know what? Aye, let's sell.
Not in the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th of this month. You asked me that in the 13th, 14th, 15th of the month. You've got a great opportunity to do some decent business and then go and source. As we've noticed how long it took Olsen to come through, Romans, all this, it wasn't just like, there you go, 2 days and he's in. So I'd be frightened that we would do that and maybe get caught short. I know one of the papers and the tabloids has said we're taking a real gamble keeping him. Really? No, really, because we've just saw what he's bringing. Right now at this specific time, and you've asked the question, on this date, no, because he's settled, the team's settled, and we're adding firepower to it. I'd rather just continue to what we're doing. We're doing well, eh? So if we add maybe another one, maybe a complete striker for him to bully, I'm not sure, Martin. I'm honest to God, not sure how long we give Majowski. I'm not sure, mate, because I don't see much. I mean, listen, Chermiti's no scoring hunters either, right? But at least he's shown that he can do something within a team environment. I don't think Majowski's offering that at the moment either.
I mean, he did score a hat-trick against Annan, but I don't know how much you can read into a hat-trick against Annan, but he still scored. I think he scored more goals than Chermiti as well, Majowski.
Of course. But so, again, it's I don't know. I don't see any of them as the way I remember strikers. That's just the unfortunate thing. It's my own brain. It's my own head. I just think that Chermiti and all that it's too settled in your 3 days, is it? No, 2nd of February in Scotland, is it?
Aye.
No, that's not enough time unless they've already got some pots boiling in the oven. I don't see that. I don't see that happening. Even 13 million. If the Monaco thing has never been knocked back, you know, Monaco's never said they didn't. They probably did.
They did, yeah.
That's a huge number for something like that. But again, January's just, you're trying to find a new left winger and blah blah blah. And I think they're thinking if they get a decent season out of him and we win the league, if we do that, if we possibly manage that, then his stock goes through the roof the way Egemans did. Obviously no winning leagues, but you know what I mean. It gave him a bit more time to show what he could do. So Chermiti, nope. I wouldn't be punting players like that. I do think we need a striker and a centre back though, desperately.
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. I mean, Ramey's been a channel member now for 5 months. Thank you very much, Ramey. Evening, Martin and Kenny. Punt Chermiti. Bye, Bowie. Punt Gassama. Bye, Massa Wanisi. And big shout out to Ward. But Ramey, thank you very, very much. Kenny, this is where we are now. Punt Chermiti. Bye, Bowie. Punt Gassama. Bye, Massa Wanisi. I mean, the Gassama thing's interesting to me. We spoke about it yesterday, but it's interesting to me. I think there's a real player there with Deji Gassama, right? I really do. I know a lot of people don't agree, but I do. And I just think if we can keep that boy, nurture that boy, get him moving, get his confidence up, I think we could be looking at some serious numbers for him if we wanted to sell him in the future. And I think he will help us win a league as well.
I agree. I agree. You were doing an injustice to the boy to let him go in January. I think you've got to hold him at least this summer just to see if Danny gets under his skin the way he did at Sheffield Wednesday at the end towards the end of the season when he was there, and he was a baller. He had an end product. So it's maybe just he's taking a lot longer to settle into the Scottish League, but he has got a trick, and he has got the second half. The game I watched against Ludogorets, he was a dangerous man in the second half, because if he gets into the box, which he needs coaching more to try and just beat his player once and try and invoke a reaction for the defender to get a penalty and stuff, right? But you can see it's starting to come. I agree with you, Martin. I think he's it's in there. It's just how long do you give him? And I would still give him to summer. I agree with you. I think there's a hell of a player there. I mean, he can turn on a sixpence. You don't know what he's going to do. Sometimes I don't think he knows what he's going to do right enough, but I'm sure it could be coached to him. And I get what the guy's saying about sell him, right? Washanisi or whatever his name is for Motherwell. That's the one I would take. But you can't buy him in and get rid of Gassama, because man of his is a striker or a right striker. So if you're going to bring Bowie and him, counterproductive, because you've still got a left wing problem. But I would definitely look for the boy at Motherwell for his stats, without a doubt. I don't think he'll be there long. I think Motherwell got a right turn out of him if he doesn't go to Celtic or Rangers.
Yeah. Listen, absolutely. Just want to say a big massive thank you to our very own Brian, who has gifted 10 Rangers Rabble Podcast memberships. Brian, thank you very, very much for the support. And this is the same guy that moans of asking him to be on too much, and yet he's doing amazing things like that. Brian, thank you very, very much, my friend. Ant-Man Kenny is another one who has been rumoured to be leaving the football club. Such a strange one, because his first game, everybody went, oh my God, look at the player we've got. Right? What an absolute baller of a player. And then from game 2 onwards, Kenny, we're all going, has he brung his twin brother and flew back home after that first game? What's happening? Now he's been linked with a move away. Is this another one that wait and see if we can get some performances out of him now that he's back from injury and the team's playing better? Or is it a case of it's clearly not working, let's get rid of him?
Another one that's struggling a bit the league, I think. You've got to remember as well, when you're playing, when he's played for before even Danny settled everything, when you're playing against players that are with players, that are underconfident, doing the wrong thing, no overlap, no looking for the overlap, it would suffocate you as a winger a bit. You can't go and win, was it Finnish Player of the Year or Norwegian Player, what the hell it was. He doesn't win that unless he's good. And I think continental football suits people a hell of a lot more. Don't get me wrong, if you can settle in Scotland and you can start playing well in Scotland, you can move anywhere, because you don't get that hear 'em, scare 'em, people chasing you as if you've stole their money. I think I'm not so sure he's suited to the league. I don't know if it gets any better or not, but we need to be very, very careful. I know Brung Olsen on the right-hand side, but got to be very careful with squad numbers going into a league fight. I know they're talking about the Rodriguez boy for Barcelona and all this clickbait nonsense that's kicking about. If he brings another striker in, another right winger in, Martin, you'll know what's happening, because you can't rely on him. And I don't think he means it. I don't think the guy's a bad player at all. I just think this league is no suited, and there's nothing wrong with that, mate. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just some of these players, I mean, they go to the Premier League, don't they? And they're droves, and some make it, some don't. It's just a different thing. So I wouldn't be casting him out unless they've got somebody to bring through or keep Curtis or whatever. But for me, unless he showed something in the next few games and get a chance, and is he going to get a chance over Olsen? I don't know. Or, what's the character on him? Does he come in and say, is that right, Olsen? You're not taking my position. And then you see a different Ant-Man, because professional athletes that get to that level don't like losing. It's hard enough to get to junior football, Christ, for amateur, never mind to go all the way through that to get to that level. So they've got a winning mentality. So I'd like to think Ant-Man would maybe, I don't know, roll up his socks and say, no, you're not taking that position, and show a wee bit more. That might be the kick up the arse he might need. Possibly.
Is it far too early for us as supporters to try and judge him and say whether he's good enough or not? Because he's been out injured for a while as well, Kenny. He's not had a lot of time in the pitch. The Rangers team in general weren't playing that well when Ant-Man first came in as well. So I would like to see him in this Rangers team that's full of confidence, that's getting forward, that's creating chances. I'd like to see him in this team, Kenny.
100%, mate. I couldn't agree with you more. Give the guys a chance under a very vibrant and fragrant Danny Rose regime. Just keep him going now. I think the same with Gassama. Just just keep getting him confident. He seems like a good manager. If that's true about Monaco, he's not going back for Gassama. I don't know if he's interested in getting rid of that man, but for me, he's got some pedigree. He's played at a good level. He got injured and he's been out a long time. I think we owe it to him to see it, right, okay, are you going to try and fight for this position or not? And we'll just take it from there. That's my view anyway. That's what I would do.
Talking about crazy transfer rumours. Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund. My favourite ever away game, by the way. I don't know if did I mention that I went to Dortmund, Kenny?
No. You do talk a lot of German sometimes, right enough.
Meine Deutsch ist nicht sehr gut, so I don't. But phenomenal stadium as well, by the way. See the way they've got it? Oh, you walk in, you get a card, you put money on the card, you pay for it by card. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And the beer and anyway, I'm not talking about Dortmund Stadium, I'm talking about Dortmund, the team. Interesting.
Before you gaffing that, right? You see when I stayed in Holland, it's the same in nightclubs and all that. You go in and you pay and you get these tokens. So you pay the token, you get these tokens, that buys your beer, but it's a different system, innit? It's great. Nice and easy.
But even the way that the Dortmund Stadium is built on the inside, you've got loads of room at the bottom. There's just a sea of bars and restaurants, a bar and some eateries. It's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. Brilliant stadium. Interested in Manny Fernandez, Kenny? I read this one as well and I went, come on, this can't be true. But 6 foot, 8'10" defender, can score for set pieces, Kenny. His defending's getting better and better every game. He's improving every game. Why wouldn't a big team be interested?
If anyone, a Rangers fan, has not noticed that complete and utter trajectory, a difference in this boy, then you're obviously got a bad eye for him anyway. You're not going to change your mind, because this boy is growing, as you say, every game. He's a cocky big sod. I know he'll grow into that where that's just comfortable to take a wee guy on, but everybody, because of the past things when he was coming through with Giga, are fucking Jesus, man, just don't do that. But then he's doing it with ease now, and he's actually calming Big Giga down. You're relying on him. He'll run through a wall. If that's a 50-50 jump for a ball, striker's no trying it. If there's a corner, he's scoring goals. He's trying bicy kicks, for God's sake, Martin. I think somebody sees potential in see the blueprint that we're trying to build, where we buy them young potential buff. Go remember, man, Igaman wasn't away as long, was he? Igaman wasn't away as long. So, and look at the money he made us. Could be said about a few players. So, yeah, I like Big. Do you know the guy's got some personality about him, mate? He reminds me a lot of Boogie. I remember Big Boogie used to look as if he was trying things. You were like, oh no, and it would come off no bother because he was so confident in his ability. And what was the boy the French boy at the back? Remember he went away to Newcastle very quickly.
Jean-Alain Boumsong.
Same thing. Just this pure confidence, and even if he made an arse a few times, oh mate, that's how he was there so fast and away so fast. And I think Manny's in that ilk. We've got him a lot rawer than Boumsong, a lot rawer than Big Boogie, but by God, he's got the things there. And whether it's clickbait or no, it must give the guy some sort of a confidence boost. To even hear that name, as if, Christ, is that actually happening? And it's nice to hear for the big man, but no, you'd need to dig deep to know. He's only young. We've just got him. And
I mean, he was quite highly rated as well, as Ross says, before he came here. And then it was the Peterborough fans that tried to make up some nonsense about him or whatever. Whatever it was, I can't. Cheers for taking him and stuff like that. And you're going, well, cheers for taking him. We can get about 15-20 million for this guy. So thanks very much, Peterborough. Jason's asking a question, actually.
Look at Alan Neil. Where is that? I'm going to star that so you can see it. Where is it?
I see it. I've got it.
Where is it? Aye.
I'll get to that now. In fact, I'll get to that in a wee second. First, we'll go to Jason's point.
Okay.
On the point of defenders, Cornelius, yes or no? Again, I don't know if that's one that we can answer yet, Kenny.
Well, it's arguable that he was starting to come onto a game. He was. I mean, I don't know how many Rangers fans are on the stadium saying he's arguably the best defender we have at the club. This was before Manny started coming through. So, a lone player though, again, if we bought, you need to play your assets. But if he comes back, he's going to be invaluable for the running, I think, for the rest of the season. He showed everyone that he's capable of doing different positions, no panicking, likes a fight, likes a niggle, Scottish League, go to do that. So I'm quite happy to keep him the rest of the season again. But if you bought a couple of people running about there, it's your assets. You've got to play them. That's why I think Romans will come in and give Magoma a bit of rest because the boy deserves it. But Cornelius, for me, depends what they want for him once the loan comes out, if at all any. I think Danny's got different plans, mate. I think he's just been there to fill a void until he built his team. Ken, these loans, I think possibly that was what it was for. Oh, yellow card.
Oh, boo. It's a strange one again, Kenny, because we've got that apparent option to buy on Cornelius as well. And the way he started, I think every single one of us went, yep, Rangers, as soon as you can, just buy him. Just get him in because he's head and shoulders above what we've got at the football club right now. But then he gets that injury, Kenny, and it makes me go, I mean, if he comes back from injury and he plays the rest of the season and he plays phenomenal, I'm still a little bit reluctant to go and buy him because of that injury, because we have had no luck.
Aye, for how many years? Jesus Louises, man. You could go back to Buck and Daniel Prodan, mate. It's just, we're crazy when it comes to injuries. And that's why it always blew my mind about the purchases of players that maybe had niggling injuries. Cornelius didn't, but likes a roof and all of them. You're going, if he's even got a niggling injury, man, don't bring him here. We'll make it worse.
Mm-hmm.
So Cornelius, I'm hoping like you, mate. I'm exactly on that wavelength. Bring him back if it's just one of the things where he got an injury, but he becomes solid for the rest of it. Then it was just a one-off. But if he breaks back down again quickly, and we haven't rushed him back, because that's important, isn't it? If you rush him back, it's your own fault. But if we don't rush him back and he comes back in and he gets the same injury or something similar to where it is, I'm with you, Martin. I'm like, whoa, no, this guy's, he's no for us long term. Because look at Davy Weir. I mean, what was it, about 59? In the season we won the league, he was basically, it was always there. Always there. So I think it's to do with man management. I'm hoping he's no injury prone, but that's just because we're paranoid about all the stuff that's happened in the past, mate. That's all that is.
Mm-hmm. What would make this then, where 3 or 4, 5 days to go, whatever it is, what would make this the perfect transfer window for you, Kenny, at the end of it?
Well, we've already got our left back in, right? So that's good. I'm happy enough with Aarons and Tav, I'll be honest. No letting us down the new. That'll do us to the end of the season, just if we need it. 2 players in that position. I know we're saying that Gassama, there's a player in there, but you've got Curtis to back him. That's his favourite position anyway, so I would not be putting him into a loan now unless they bring somebody in. I would like to have somebody there to back him. Ant-Man and Olsen's there, so give Ant-Man a chance of Olsen, but then you've got 100% got to get somebody with flair and creativity at the top end of this park. We've got to score goals and we've got to make goals. So I think the back's getting there. I think we need one centre-back, a striker and a creative player. That's the 3 I would want.
And in terms of outs, if it happens, I don't think it will, but obviously ex-manager Mr. Philippe Clement at Norwich, possibly, Kenny, having a wee look at Rabbi and Matondo. If we somehow managed, see if Clement takes Matondo to Norwich, then I think the board have got to say to him, right, look, whatever happens in the future, if Danny either doesn't work at Rangers or it works and he moves to a bigger league, then you can get your job back if you take Matondo off us.
Mate, see if I fin out with that Clement stays in Norwich, man, I swear to good God, I'll be outside his bedroom window giving him a bit of Sacré-Cœur and Je m'appelle. I'm fucking telling you right now. The thing is, I know, who's to say that doing in the Championship, he doesn't do all right? Again, it's the league is the league. It's you either fit in or you don't. But please, man, Rabbi, good luck, mate. Understand? It's no. So, aye. That's just Clement getting his back in it for giving him a bit of jip. He says, go and stick that in the paper, I'll take Rabbi, and you see them all jumping up and down and running about as if we're going to do it. And then we'll find out it's not happening.
What do you make, just quickly, of the Porto coach when referring to Danny Role? So since he arrived, his impact has been massive, especially with the recent consecutive wins. I think, and this is the bit, I think Rangers are very lucky to have a coach of his level. What do you make of those comments?
Same ones as I nearly get the Rangers job. Just fucking mind games. However, mate, this guy has got a very, very good reputation. We've been finding that out for some of the best managers on the planet that's saying the same thing, not just or in Europe. The reason that Thomas Muller get linked to us is because they asked him about him and he said he was a phenomenal person and he's a great coach, his analytics is amazing and he's a good friend. Oh, you got your Rangers in. Usual pish for the papers. But to show you players, coaches, assistant coaches, national team, young players, everybody talks about this guy as if he's just got something. Now, I honestly think that we possibly knocked back the manager at Porto because we were not sure, not really heard him, and that is where we went wrong. And I think we fell over Danny, and I think that's what he's meaning. It's a similar scenario with himself. I think that's what he's meaning. Like, give us a chance and we'll sort it out. So I'm not sure. Listen, we've all seen what Danny's got about him, and I think this the Farioli's got the exact same thing. He's got the exact same thing about him. However, Danny Rowe's just starting, and Farioli's, I think it was Nottingham Forest in 2025 that bet them last, apart from Vittoria SC, which was in the Cup. The rest are all draws and wins for then to now. So if Danny's
it's going to be a hard game tomorrow.
Oh, mate, hard game. They've shut the door on everything, haven't they? They've put Quarry for Arsenal, Benedict, but what's his name? What's that guy came for Southampton or something like that? Benedict or something like that. Bernadette or something like that. Him, the both defenders to shut the door, the both strikers in to do the goal and all that. So the worry for me is exactly what you just said there about the Porto game. It's the worry. The worry is that they're scoring goals. I think out of 19 games, mate, they have conceded 4. Out of 23 games or whatever we've done, we've conceded 17. So it's that. Is it a bit early to hit a team like this?
Possibly. I think what's a question that we should be asking more is why we turned him down to pick Russell Martin.
But that wasn't your choice. It's a bit like the political ballot box in May. You can stick an exit if you want, but you'll not get what you fucking get told. That's what happened with Rangers. That's Rangers in a nutshell, man. Stick an exit if you want, but you're not getting it. That was our board. Our board thought this guy's a yes man. This league's full of diddies. We'll get him in. He'll canter it, man. We'll pay him nothing. He'll do what he's told. Simple. New owner come in, bought into it. Blah blah blah. You know the self. You know the book, mate. You read it the same as I did. Fun out. They get caught out, and it gets stripped away to nothing and built back up, and we're doing fine. So I really wish the guy went for the job when Kavanagh and all that were on the ball, because they weren't in the ball to start with. They were trying to trust folk that they weren't trustable. But I honestly think if he keeps doing what he's doing, Danny Rose, spending the money wisely like he's doing, what's to say he's not going to be a Farioli either?
Aye, 100%. Or even better.
Bednarek, well done. John's 1307.
Bednarek. All right, is he at Porto? By the way, is Cardoso still at Porto?
Don't think so. I don't know, actually. I don't think so, but I know Gould and all that's up front for them now, and they've actually got the old guard, haven't they? What's his name? Silva.
By the way, I'll tell you something right now. See, even as a defender on the park, see that Gould? He's hard to see.
Oh, no. Hey, there'll be folk that don't even get that yet.
Quite possibly. Anyway, right, folks, that will do us for today. That is your latest Rangers news and a little bit of Rangers chat thrown in there as well. I will say one thing just before we go, Kenny. You mentioned Finlay Curtis. I believe that he will be a Kilmarnock player by the weekend. After the game tomorrow, that's when the loan kicks in, I think, to Kilmarnock. So, but I'm hoping, like you say, something happens tomorrow and Danny Rule goes, no, do you know what? We're going to keep him. Cancel that loan deal. If it's possible to cancel it. I don't know. I don't know what the agreements are behind the scenes, but that is the talk, that due to Rangers squad depth in Europe, they were keeping Finlay for the final game of the Europa and then he's off to Kilmarnock. So that's just what I'm hearing.
There's another winger coming in then. You're not going to get rid of him without putting somebody in the squad. You'll just know. So disappointing, because I thought I think he would learn more off Danny Rowe than he would off McCann.
Neil McCann.
Yeah, against him, but aye.
Yeah, that would be. I would be keeping Finlay at the football club as well. But who am I but a fat guy who sits in front of a computer? So, yeah, Maz, when I say I don't know if he's coming or not, Ramy, but it seems to be spoke about a lot. But Mother will hold out for as much as they can. So you're probably talking about 5 million, 6 million for him. But we'll wait and see. I don't know what happened there with my voice, but that is time up, folks. That is us done as I'd start to destroy the room. Kenny, mate, thank you very, very much.
Been a pleasure, mate. Cheers.
Can I just say thank you for all the comments, the questions, the super chats, and for everybody who's clicked on the video. It really does mean a lot. Just before you go, if you could hit that like button and make sure that you are subscribed, it really does help the channel out a lot. It's like 75% of people that watch are unsubscribed. So if we can get that to 50%, it's a real help. So please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Please follow us across all socials. All the links are in the description. We're back tonight at 9 p.m. over on the Rabble Network. If you haven't joined up to that yet, you can do so now. Links are in the description, and you can become a member for as little as £1.99. And absolutely, Paul, Alex will need to answer all the questions that me and Kenny have missed, and I'm sure he will. Tonight at 9 p.m. with everybody's favourite, it's Sir William, it's Waterboot. So we'll see you tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, have a fantastic Wednesday.